Hey guys, it's Curtis Calhoun with Low Kick MMA here, and recently I was joined by LFA bantamweight contender and the Ultimate Fighter 29 alum Dan Argueta, who faces Mairon Santos at LFA 123 on February 4th. First, I asked him how he first got into MMA.
It gave me more tools, more confidence to speak and to talk about what I want to do, and the sport of wrestling introduced me to a couple people like Izzy Martinez. Izzy Martinez got me started. He said, Dan, go train with this guy. It was Anthony Pettis. I had no idea who Anthony Pettis was. I was just getting done wrestling in college. I was like, who's Anthony Pettis? First day I ever did MMA. I took a shot on him against the wall. He guillotined me and I bit through both sides of my tongue. That's the first time I ever trained with an MMA fighter. And I was like, what the hell was that? And then, a couple weeks later, hey, Cub Swanson, Juan Archuleta are coming into town. I'm like, who the hell are they? And I was working out with them. They gave me a pair of, MMA straps and said, all right, try to take them down. I'm like, okay, easy. And I shoot a blast double on Cub Swanson. And I just get two-pieced right to the face. And I'm like, oh, wow. And then, same thing, Juan Archuleta, boom, 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 just cracking me. And I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, oh man, like that sucks. And then like a couple days after that, I told Izzy, I'm like, can I do this? Like, you think I could do this one day? He's like, no, you got to get your life in order first. So, he pushed me to get my life in order, got in a little bit of trouble with him, messed up a couple times, and that's when he was, he showed me a lesson. He took everything away from me and said, once I told him, I'm like, I'm committed, I'm gonna fix my life. He sent me to Cub Swanson out in California, and that's when it all began. I lived with Cub for shit. I stayed with him, in California and then in Albuquerque, probably 5-6 months, just training, and it worked. It was like a boot camp. It was like rehab to stop drinking. It was everything. And it made me change my life because I realized I am not a bad motherfucker. I was just a college wrestler with a drinking problem. And I needed to humble myself. And I did. It truly, it turned me into a better person. I appreciated things more. I started learning what hard work was. And obviously, parents don't want to find out my kids learning hard work for fighting. They want it for something else. My dad didn't come here from Guatemala as a little kid, put me through college to say, yeah, my son's a cage fighter. That wasn't his plan. That wasn't his dream. But, the more time went on, and my dad was like, keep going. You're there. You're almost there. You're one fight away. Every time you fight, you're one fight away. And it's since then, these last couple of years just felt like a blur, man. I'm doing it. I'm really doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe this fight is taking place in Hammond, Indiana. Is that right?
Yes, sir. It's at the Horseshoe Casino, February 4th, next Friday. And it's about a 35-minute drive away from downtown Chicago. Also a 35-minute drive away from my family's home in Orland Park, Illinois, right over the border.
Yeah. Do you have a bunch of family and friends coming to town for this fight?
I think I got like 1 or 2 people coming. No, man, we sold this thing out. We're ready to go. I've got quite a few VIP tables with some of my loved ones, my family, my friends, sponsors. I got people flying in from California, sponsors flying in from California, Texas, New Mexico. My girlfriend and her family are flying from LA and New Mexico. It's then all my friends out there. It's wild. I'm so excited to perform for everyone. I'm just like, it's hard to explain. I'm just like, this last week, my coaches had to pull me back because like I told you earlier, I'm just ready to mess someone up. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I've been waiting for this, and I'm gonna make the best out of it.
And then talking about Santos, what are your thoughts on his skill set? What do you know about him, and what can fans expect from the fight?
You know what? It's nothing I haven't seen before. People are telling me, oh, he's a good striker. He's got knockouts. He's got this, you know, he can wrestle. He's got a purple belt. Cool. He's never fought a Midwest wrestler, a man that trains with all these killers that, dude, I don't kick anyone's ass in training. You think I kick Cubs' ass, TJ, once? I don't get to kick any ass. So now that I get to get in there against someone that thinks they can hang with me, I get to kick some ass, man. You know, all these, you know, Santos's build, his style, that was my whole amateur career. I was fighting at 45. Everyone was above 5'10". They all got the same treatment. So, you know, he's no different. I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
And then
seems like a really nice kid, but hey, man, I work too fucking hard for this. You know, it's not going to be pretty.
And then talking about your division specifically, the champ Richard Palencia just vacated the title to sign with Bellator. So where does a win put you in terms of the title picture in the bantamweight division?
I'm not sure. I don't ask. You know, I have never asked. I kind of made a rule with myself a few years ago when I signed with Cub Swanson, and that is to never back down. You've seen that fucking movie. Never back down. Whenever I've been offered a fight, whenever they told me, hey, Dan, you're fighting this guy, I just say, okay. You know, one cool fact is that in the last 365 days, I've been offered contracts from every major organization on the planet. Bellator, PFL, one championship, and I have said no. I have one goal in mind. I'm determined to get it, because without me chasing that, I don't get to reach my next goal. You know, I want to fight the best guys on the planet, and where do you think those guys are? Can you say it or no?
UFC, yeah.
That's where they are. That's where they are. I want to fight the best guys on the planet. You know, like I said, I grew up with a good family. You know, I have a good support system at home in California and Albuquerque. They're allowing me to chase greatness still. They're keeping the dream alive for me, and it's great, dude. It's very special, you know, that I don't have to give in to that pressure of money just yet. You know, I still need to chase this dream. I need to accomplish this. Mostly, you know, people always say, oh, do it for yourself. No, I'm doing this for my dad. My dad sacrificed a lot. My mom sacrificed a lot. I'm doing this for them. I want to show them, and look what your son was able to accomplish. Look at this. Check this shit out. You know, and then we can talk about the rest. But the goal is crack the top 15 in the world. I'm at 213 right now, and that number fucking burns. That number burns. You know, I want to crack top 15 in the world. I want to have a UFC belt. You know, before I turn 35 years old, I want to run my own wrestling team out here in Albuquerque one day. You know, I have a lot of goals in mind. But first, got to get into that big show.
Yeah, definitely. And last question for me, what can fans expect from your fight, and what's the key to getting your hand raised?
Pressure. Non-stop pressure. It's going to be mean. It's going to be ugly. Exactly what you saw against me with Tercios, except I know this guy can't hold me off. I know that he doesn't have the IQ that Tercios has. I know that I have a way better IQ now that I fought Tercios. I understand the game a little bit more. You know, it's what's that word? Fireworks. Mm-hmm. That's what it's gonna be. We're gonna have some fireworks. You know, I owe it to a lot of people to show them fireworks, to show them improvement, and to go get a win, man.
Absolutely. Well, before we wrap things up, I'll give you the floor to shout out your social media, sponsors, team, all that. Whatever you want, you get the final word.
Well, I suck at Twitter. I think my Twitter is like Dan, Determined Dan, maybe, or something. But my Instagram, it's Dan_the_determined. My profile picture is number one from Kids Next Door, little bald guy throwing a karate kick. My shout out to my gyms, Jackson Wink, and then obviously we got all the guys in California that we all cross trained together. Some champions, Juan Archuleta, TJ Dillashaw, and most importantly the captain, Cub Swanson, my mentor, one of my heroes. And then all the Gracie Bajas, they always have an open door policy for me, and I train at all the Gracie Bajas all over the country right now. My professors, Felipe Del Monica and Roberto Alensar, Professor Chusa, those guys, they've done a lot for me, and you already know, the best gym in the world, Jackson Wink. Without Coach Jackson, Coach Winklejohn, I don't know where I'd be right now. They really set a floor plan for my life. Dan's Successful Life program, and I'm following that plan. I'm still on that plan, and without it, I don't know where I'd be. So, those guys are the most important. And yeah, I got good sponsors. Diori Dominguez out here in Albuquerque. He's Coach Jackson's best friend, and he's my mentor. He puts a roof over my head. He puts a fire under my ass. He keeps me ready to go. He makes me a lethal and non-lethal fighter. I'm a fucking killing machine. That's what he's making out of me. And Kill Crew, they keep me all G'd up, looking all cool. Everyone asks, "Oh, where do you get your clothes?" Go to killcrew.com, man. They got some dope ass stuff. And if you guys check out my social media, you'll see the rest of my sponsors on there.
Absolutely. Well, Dan, thanks again for your time. We can't wait to watch the fight, and I'm sure we'll chat again soon. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. I'll talk to you soon.
Make sure to subscribe to the Low Kick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.